So today we're going to be making 감자전, which basically translates to potato pancake. And today I'm going to walk you through on how to make my version of 감자전. This one's inspired by a banchan my mom used to make for me and my sister all the time when we were little. It's called 감자 볶음, and it's literally just matchstick potatoes stir-fried in some oil and topped with some sesame seeds. I wanted to incorporate like the crispiness of a 전, but also incorporate it with like the simplicity of 감자 볶음. Okay, let's make some 감자전. Apparently in Korean culture, rainy weather and fried foods go really well together. So for this recipe, you need potatoes, scallion, cheese, frying mix, butter, garlic powder, and parsley. So we're gonna first start with the potatoes, peel them. I use Russet potatoes. I like them because they're not too waxy, and I think these crisp up a little better and have a better texture than red potatoes or golden potatoes. Right, so I'm using this green mandolin that my mom gave me for Christmas one year. It's a Japanese mandolin. I feel like every Asian household has one of these. You can matchstick them with a knife, but for me this is way easier and they come out way more uniform and cute. So whatever, you do you. Now loosen them up a little bit. Look how even they are. It's so much easier to do this. And now you're going to take cold water and dunk the slices in to get rid of all the starch. This is kind of like a similar process of rinsing your rice. You do this so that the starch goes out of the potatoes so that when it cooks it becomes way crispier. Anyway, after you soak them in water for like a minute or two, take them out and squeeze out the water. Squeeze the bejesus out of them. Less moisture means crispier potatoes. Now you're gonna add some frying mix. You can find them at any Asian grocery store, but you can use all-purpose flour if you want, but definitely frying mix is the way to go. You can find them at any Asian grocery store, but yeah, you do you. We're gonna season them with dry ingredients. You'll notice that I'm not using real garlic, I'm using garlic powder. And I want to add as little moisture as I possibly can so that the potatoes stay crispy. Some black pepper. If you have just finely ground black pepper, use that because I feel like the ones that you grind, you'll just get like really thick chunks of pepper, which some might like, but I don't think for this is a really good addition. I almost forgot the salt, but make sure you put in some salt because nothing tastes worse than under-seasoned potatoes. So you're gonna melt a tablespoon of butter onto a cast iron pan. I prefer cast iron, you can use non-stick. And put about 2 big heaping spoonfuls of potatoes. I would say about half of the potato mix you're gonna add into that. And make sure they're all spread evenly throughout the pan. I'm gonna leave it on in low heat, and as it's frying, I would add a tablespoon or 2 of the potatoes liquid. Even though we squeezed everything out, there's always gonna be a little bit of liquid left. So I'm using some of that as a way to just bind the potatoes so they stay together instead of like just a potato spaghetti mess. And now you're gonna wait, you're gonna be patient, you're not gonna move it around. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, you're gonna start to see some of the edges crisp a little bit. So you're gonna loosen the edges up, and we're not gonna flip it, we're just gonna slide it right out into a plate. Now you're gonna heat another tablespoon of butter and then spread the remaining potato mixture into the pan and repeat the exact same process. Spread it out evenly. Use some of the extra water if you need to bind some of the potato noodles. Now you're gonna add, this is totally optional, but for me I love cheese, so you're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese in the middle, and then sprinkle it with some parsley flakes. And now we're gonna take that other half of the potato and we're gonna flip it over like this on top. So it just kind of becomes like a potato pancake sandwich almost. Ease it out onto a pan like that. Oh my god, that looks so good. I always like to, you guys know me, I always like to garnish with scallions. Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite part, using the chopsticks to like squeeze it out. There you go. Like I said, it has that similar texture of Persian rice where the bottom is really crispy, but the inside still have that like soft, almost fluffy texture. And with the cheese, it's just so delicious. I always like to pair my jeons or any fried foods really with something called makgeolli. Makgeolli is like a Korean rice beer. It has a little higher alcohol content than beer. The creaminess of this goes so well. Oh my god, I'm drooling right now with makgeolli. Cheers! Anyway, I hope you guys liked my 감자전 video. I really loved it. I'm definitely going to be making again for my family and my friends. Anyway, if you ever try to make any of my recipes, DM me a picture because I love to share it on my highlights. Okay, bye! I used to eat raw potatoes as a kid. My mom would slice them up into pieces and I would just reach over and take one and I thought they were delicious. I have very vivid memories of just shoving raw potatoes in my mouth. Now I prefer them cooked.